Joining us today is Deputy Alan Lang from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Water Patrol. Thanks for coming today and spending some time with us.
Hey Kelly, thanks for having me here.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you joined Water Patrol?
I've been a deputy for 6.5 years now, and about 1.5 years after I started working here, I was able to bid this position, interview for it, and eventually get selected to move out here.
So what's the responsibilities of a deputy with the Water Patrol?
A lot of our responsibilities fall under state statute. We provide public education, search and recovery of drowned bodies, buoying and marking of rivers and lakes.
Okay, and do you have to enforce laws similar to what the police have to do on the highways?
Absolutely. We have laws out here on the lake too that need to be enforced. They're slightly different than on the road, but there are similarities.
What's your favorite part of your job or some of your best experiences out on the lake?
I do like the summer season the best. I'm an outdoorsman, so I do enjoy being on the water, boating around, and I'm a people person. I enjoy making contacts.
So is part of your job educational when you make those contacts?
Yeah, a lot of what we do is educational. I prefer not to do enforcement. I will if I have to, but if I believe that I can get them to change their behavior just based on the discussion we had, we'll move forward with that. A lot of people just simply don't understand some of the stuff out there.
So we're going to talk about safety, and we're going to talk about Sophias Law. So my question to you, what is Sophias Law and why was it named after her?
Sophias Law was created after an incident on October 11, 2015. A 7-year-old girl named Sofia was overcome by carbon monoxide while boating with her parents, and because of the carbon monoxide she ingested, she ended up passing away. Her family went to bat for her and created a law. I believe we were the first state to have a carbon monoxide law for boating.
So when did this law go into effect?
May 1st, 2018.
So what's the most common questions you get from boaters about the law?
We get a lot of questions about the stickers. They're concerned that they're going to get a ticket if they don't have the stickers in the right spots. There's a lot of confusion about what spaces need to have CO detectors in them. They need to be enclosed spaces, so they call them enclosure compartments, different from an occupancy compartment. An occupancy compartment would be your typical open bow boat. Anybody seated inside that boat is a occupancy space. Enclosure would be going down below a kitchen, galley, sink, or a bathroom with a toilet, or a sleeping quarters.
Oh, okay. These stickers that you mentioned, where do people get these stickers and how much do they cost?
The stickers are free. You can get them at your deputy registrars, where you would go and get your car tabs, marinas, marine dealers or repair shops, and or the sheriff's office. We have them available.
When the stickers come, do they explain where to put them?
Yes, they do. They explain step-by-step instructions on the stickers. You need one at the stern, back by the motor. You need one up by the helm or the steering wheel, and then you need one going down into the enclosure space.
Okay, so is that to notify the Water Patrol that they have the carbon monoxide detector on board, or is that to let people, the occupants, know that there's one aboard? Is that both?
It's more to let the occupants of the boat know of the dangers of going into an enclosed space and that it may harbor CO inside there.
Okay, so let's say that you have a motorboat that doesn't have a galley or a sink or a sleeping area, but it has enclosed areas. Is it recommended to install a marine carbon monoxide detector in those areas?
Yes, some of those areas might not by law be required to have a CO detector in them, but it is recommended. In enclosure areas, I would consider anything an enclosure area where you can close off the supply of fresh oxygen or fresh air into that area.
So basically, enclosure areas are where carbon monoxide will collect. Where else on the boat is a common place for it to collect?
Even on an open bow boat, sitting back by the motor, depending on the wind direction, you could be intaking CO just based off the emissions from the motor, if the wind is swirling around your head.
So a lot of people don't really understand where carbon monoxide comes from. Can you give us a couple examples?
Well, depending on the type of boat, most boats out here run off of gasoline, so we're burning a fossil fuel, and through the combustion process, we're creating carbon monoxide. So you have your motors. We do have some diesel motors out here. They're doing the same thing. It's not quite as prevalent as a gasoline motor. And then some areas have gas cooking areas down below too. So it's possible if you're cooking food, you could be generating that in your enclosed area also.
So just in case some of our viewers are thinking, well, wow, I can go to a store and I can go and buy the same kind of carbon monoxide alarm as I use for my house and put it in my boat. There is a difference between the marine carbon monoxide detectors and a regular residential CO alarm. Can you explain that?
A residential CO alarm detects very low, fine levels of carbon monoxide because in a home there should be zero present. So if it's detecting some, that means there's a problem with one of your appliances in the house. In the marine setting, there's carbon monoxide around the boat because you're operating a motor in the open. You may be cooking down below without a vent to suck the fumes out. So the marine carbon monoxide detector is allowed to have a slightly higher level and tolerate some small spikes.
So when people are purchasing a carbon monoxide marine detector, is there anything that indicates the difference?
Carbon monoxide detector used on a boat should say marine grade. They're built differently in the sense of their components are made to withstand some moisture. Obviously, you're on the lake, you could be in the rain. So
residential smoke alarms and residential carbon monoxide alarms have a lifespan. Is that the same with marine grade?
Yes, the marine grade ones have an average lifespan of 5 years. The newer ones do come stamped with a life expectancy date on them, similar to your 9-volt batteries.
Let's say something happens out on the lake and I realize that my carbon monoxide detector's going off and my grandmother that was down in the boat is kind of lethargic. Do I call 911?
Absolutely.
Okay. How does the Water Patrol find me if I'm out on Lake Minnetonka and I've just called 911 and I have no idea where I am?
Well, in the era of cell phones, we have a few options available to us. One would be ping the cell phone, and our dispatchers help us with that. And that's basically using the GPS signal on the phone. It dials us in pretty close. A lot of people here in Lake Minnetonka know the landmarks. They're able to tell me the Arcola Bridge or the Narrows or Brackett's Point, and that helps us out.
Where can people find out more information about Sophias Law?
The DNR's website actually has a lot of information, a lot of tabs to click on. It goes through and explains the type of CO detector you should be looking for, where it's placed, where the stickers are placed. Does your vessel need it? Does your vessel not need it? There's a lot of information on there.
Is there anything you want to share with our viewers that we haven't covered today?
I just wish that everybody be safe out here. It's been a long time in coming to get the hot weather, and just please wear your life jacket when you're out on the water and be safe.
Thanks for joining us today.
No problem.